everybody wants to be healed. Not everybody wants to be healed. Not everybody wants to be healed. Not even want to be healed. Not everybody wants to be healed. Everybody wants a little more comfort, but they don't all want to be healed. So you have to consider that when you're doing healing. I know that my sister won't even let me touch her, you know, and not even for comfort's sake. She just thinks I'm wacky. I'm just gone somewhere, you know.
We want a hug, eh?
She'll give me a hug because she likes that energy.
Oh, yeah.
But, see, so there's many, many, many little angles to think about. She likes my energy. She likes to hug and that sort of thing. But she will not let me try to heal her in any way, shape, or form. She doesn't take any heed of what I say about even herbs and vitamins. When the doctor tells her to do it, she does it. But if I tell her to do it, oh, forget it. That's garbage, you know. So many, many angles you have to think about it, and you have to consider it. And chances are, when the person comes into the house, you will know, you'll feel that just about where they're at. Something will be saying, well, they'll accept this amount, and accept that amount. And it doesn't matter whether they come to me for a crystal healing, a Reiki, or a massage, or whatever. Always I give them a cup of tea first, and I just let them talk. I let them do the talking and tell me. And just about every time, I don't have to say a word, and they're in there, and they just, they motor mouth it off. You know, it just comes right out, and they spill everything out about themselves. So you know from what they're saying just about where they're at and how far you can go in recommending any more treatment, any more, and I shouldn't say treatment, any more Reiki or whatever you're doing, or whether you can recommend herbs or vitamins or anything, not recommended but suggested. Okay, you don't ever recommend or prescribe anything, because that's not legal for one thing, and they could come back on you for it. So you can suggest, just tell them this might be an assistance to you, but the majority of the time, and particularly if you have extreme cases, they come back to you the next time and they show you exactly what improvement they've had. So there's all kinds of little methods you have to be aware of. You don't have to be. You should be aware of, or try to be aware of, because it will certainly help in your healing process.
Yeah, because some people, they want to look for all kinds of different healings. They want to get healed, and if you know more, you can tell them
right.
more.
And there's lots of people that think they want to be healed. They come to you and they go to every type of healing they know of, from operations, you know, surgeons to right down to whatever, not right down, but right to herbs and whatever, but they never ever get healed.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of people that you know are there for comfort, but they have to hang on to that crutch. When they have an ailment that they don't want to let go of, it's usually because they have a fear, or they're using it for a crutch, for, you know, as a means of attention. You know, they need something So, and fear is usually the basis of every dis-ease. Go for it if you want to. Answer it if you want to.
I pray to ring her off.
Pardon me. So there is no disease as in disease, but there is dis-ease, and dis-ease is the majority of the time caused from a fear of some sort. It can be just a minute little fear of some kind. But if it is, it's a major thing for them. Like a lot of people with backaches, they have backaches is usually associated with financial difficulties. Not difficulties, but a financial state. Their frame of mind about their financial state. There are a lot of people I know that have lots of money, but they don't want to give up that backache because they're afraid about where the next penny are coming from, or if they're going to spend all that money and not have another income coming in to replace that. In other words, they want the same kind of flow with their finances as we want with our white light and our spiritual growth.
Yeah.
You know, is everybody clear about that?
Yeah, really good.
Because, dis-ease is not always something physical. It's developed into the physical because of the mental fear. Okay.
That's where it starts first.
That's right. And the Herring's law of cure says that the cure starts from the opposite to the starting of the ailment. The ailment starts way off into the ethers, and by the time it gets to the physical, it's a great impact. You know, the part of the body then is not functioning properly. So we also have to cure from the same way. We have to cure from here and work out. We have to try and get into our own self first, know where we are in our own hearts and our own minds, so that we can start healing our aura. That's why people, when they're seeing auras, they see different colors, and these dark colors are where the diseases are starting from. It's coming in from out there rather than from here there, and you have to heal from here out there. So you have to get the root. It's like they say, you don't, you have to know what the problem is to get it. You've got to find the root of the problem to get it. And our roots are right here. So it works. That's the way it works. Now I can't get any further on this because I'm hoping I'm giving the messages so that it's understandable, and I'm hoping that it'll be something that will help you in the future.
That was George. He told us we have 3 healers here, Space Commander Almond, we have Dr. Waugh, and we have Chief Brayville. Chief Brayville. Who? Chief Brayville. Oh, Brayville. Yeah. Great. And he has a beautiful... Brayville has a beautiful gift for you when you go back.
Wonderful.
Two beautiful gifts for you.
Great.
Yeah. So
Brayville, Dr. Waugh, and
Almond.
Almond. Oh. Great.
So we have Space and spirit and Indian chief here, and ninth dimensional healer here. He did Oriental medicine, Dr. Waugh, and Space Commander Almond. So we have three healers here with us.
Okay, now I would like you to, I'll get to the meditation and the exercise in a minute. First of all, we're into this part, so I'm going to continue on in this part, okay? And then I'll get back to the routine. I would like you each to draw me the three symbols that you've had, your way, the way you've been taught. And it doesn't matter, I'm not doing it to make a difference. I'm just wanting to know where I'm at with what you've got, okay?
I can't do the long distance healing one.
Well, you've got paper. You can copy it if you want.
Oh.
I thought we were supposed to do it from memory.
Oh, memorize it. Okay.
I always have mine, because this one is really, oh, well, isn't that interesting? It's similar.
Very similar, but not the same.
No. And yours is reversed. This is reversed, right?
Yeah, this is not quite true. This part is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And the chakra is reversed.
Oh, it's reversed too, yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Yeah. That, but yours is very, you have this down pat. You've got your joint coming in here to the, yes, but it's coming
The other
in, you see you've got a joint here. That's great, because it's, okay, now Yvonne, that's not the way, the chakra is not the way you were taught.
No?
No. See, it's different. You've got yours different than there.
Oh, no, just a minute. Okay.
But the thing is, if it works for you, do it your way. But if you want to try it the way we've got it in there, by all means, go for it. And then you check and see what results you get. Okay?
I can mix the symbol. I can use mine, the chakra, and Shahiti, and then use the Hansha, your Hansha. It doesn't matter if I mix it.
Well, the Hansha based on them is distant healing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I use this two, like, my way.
Yeah.
And then use this your way. Because this doesn't seem to work too well on me.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sure. So that you don't have to worry about. Oh, that's great.
I just look back on here and it's got,
Yeah.
but I put dots in there because when I do that I go like this. So that's the way I visualized it.
That's all right, because and I'm feeling that I'm feeling that when you're doing this with those dots instead of the humps there, I'm feeling that you're putting that symbol into pressure points. You're getting into a pressure point with those. I'll show you. This is how he's got his Sehiki. See, he's got the two little dots instead of the
line.
Yeah, because who's that? Is that you?
That's
Nick.
Well,
Yeah.
who does that?
So And another thing I want to make a statement here while I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, that's the way now. I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it the other way now.
You're doing it the way you got on the... Well, yeah, if it's working better, fine. Okay?
Yeah, I was doing it that way. And
now I
way.
lost my train of
So I don't know if it's just if you're right or left or whatever, if it's anything to do with that, right and left, or handed or whatever.
See, it's different. While I'm thinking of it now, I want you to understand, too, that don't ever, ever limit yourself. Always experiment, because I've been doing this for I don't even know how long, but I always experiment, and now when I was with Nick at the meditation one night, we were working on one another, and I experimented on him, and now you see, I can't even remember what I did that night. I didn't even touch you. Yes, I did, but I didn't do the whole hand, right?
Right, you're just doing it.
And I was experimenting on him, and he was telling me that he was getting as much or more energy from just my fingertip than he was from my whole hand. So for some reason, I had to experiment on him that night. So don't stop at anything. Experiment and find newer, better, more effective ways. And therefore, if you're going to do it that way, you're going to find that you're going to have a method that will be unique to that one individual. It'll be more effective to that one individual. Chances are, if I went and did that to someone else, they might not feel the same action in it. So don't take anything for absolute. Experiment. Find out what works better for you, and go on from there.
And every person is different when you're doing healing on them.
That's right.
What you feel like.
That's right. Everybody is different, so you will find that eventually you will be in tune with them as soon as they... Sometimes even when they phone, you know them before they ever get here. And I don't know if you guys got this or not in your training, but you can use the distant healing symbol on a person when they're driving to your place for the treatment, and they will be in a better and more relaxed state than if you just let them come the way the way they are. Just visualize that symbol on them before they ever even arrive. So
what do you think about those two ways then? Those two ways, you just do what you think yourself, either the right or the left or whatever.
Were you comfortable with what you had? Or did you get better results when you changed? Now, see, this is where I'm saying you have to experiment.
I haven't done enough practice, so what can I say?
You'll get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, to different people, you know.
That's right, yeah.
To do that.
Yeah, but it takes time. And I also want to state here that not everybody is going to come to you in hordes wanting you to heal them. It's going to happen in the most unpredictable, unusual times. You can be at a party and someone's going to say, oh, I got a massive headache, I've got migraines, and you're going to wind up giving them a Reiki, even if you have to take them to the bathroom to do it.
Or it's a strange thing you're saying that. Remember I said to you, we went out for lunch and we picked up at the Safeway the two people, I forget their names now, from Victoria, and we were in there and we picked up in the delicatessen a sandwich, and the girl just came out the blue and she said, she just said this, I have a terrible headache. She says, it's just absolutely blinding, you know. And I didn't know what to do, you know, but when we come back, I said to you, there seems to be a message in that. I mean, she was working in the safely doing her job, you know.
All you have to do is do one of the symbols, visualize one of the symbols on there.
That's what you said, but I didn't know what to do, you know, I was so taken aback. I could have said
so there's going to be many, many unexpected, unpredictable things. But if it's in a position where you can't do, like in a supermarket, you can't reach over and put your hands on their head. So you just visualize that any one of the symbols will work. And the distance healings at a time like that is pretty long and pretty, it takes a lot of concentration. So do the chocolate, the Seihiki, whatever. And the Seihiki is a good one because it's mental and emotional, you know. So do any one of them, and they will. You will see. That happened yesterday when I was getting the the books made up. The young girl was having not having a headache, but she was having a fainting spell, and you could see that she wasn't quite with it, you know. So I did a symbol on her, and she had to stop quite a bit before she could move, and then all of a sudden she said, "Oh, I'm all right.
So did you do the chakra?
Chakra, yeah. Yeah.
So that's all right if somebody's not feeling well and you can just mentally do that?
Yes, that's right. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I say it in every one of my workshops.
Yeah.
Always, if you see somebody that's on crutches or in a wheelchair or someone that is crippled or handicapped in any way, always give them a symbol, mentally give them a symbol all the time. And 9 times out of 10, if you watch what you do and pay attention, they'll get that symbol and they will turn around and try to find out where that energy is coming from. They'll look. They'll try and find out because they will feel that. Okay.
They don't know why they look or what, but
yeah, that's right. They know they're looking for something because they get the impact of it. They know there's something different.
It's probably their subconscious is telling them.
That's right. That's right. And they probably won't ever understand until they get to the point where they're going to use something like this. But at the same time, it works. So. And another thing I have to, I want to put in here too, is when I say don't eliminate anything, enter color and sound also as an energizer, and you can add any of that to your Reiki as well. I went to Pam Till's show, and it was the most exciting thing that ever happened to me because they were using the colors, the lights, and they were using all those lights all the way down their chakras. And you could feel the energy just increase like you wouldn't believe. And then they'd get those notes where it would just, the lights and the the music, the notes, worked in harmony together. And by the end of the evening, Pam Phillips was standing on that stage, and she had the most beautiful, beautiful electric blue aura all around her. Just incredible. So you see what the combination does. The movement of energy with the hands, the movement of energy with the sound, and the movement of energy with the color. So if you want to blend them all into if there's a way of blending them all in, I always have music in the background, always. So, and then you have light with, I always have a candle going, which reminds me, I was going to ask you if I could have one, please.
What we're talking about,
do that right now.
we're talking about the lights, we're talking about light bulbs, or
Yeah.
tracker lights, we're talking
No, the light bulbs, they had the,
colors.
every color of the chakra they
Yeah.
had on those probes.
Yeah, I just
And-
thought about that, yeah.
Yeah, and they had them working in unison, and they also worked with the music. If they went into a red one, they also made that sound like a
I know it's
powerhouse note, full blast energy, and it
And
was
you know,
just
this-
phenomenal, really. There was just no, I can hardly even express just the effect that it gives you when you...
Were they teaching this, or?
No, this was her program. This was her, I went to Pam Phillips's,
I don't know, I've never heard of her.
What is that?
she's a western, country western,
Oh,
You know Mel Tillis? Her father, she has a nice voice.
yeah,
I heard
she's a beautiful girl. The aura around her was just absolutely incredible. So, for that, I realized that it was more the method you use in harmonizing all of those energies together, using them all together is an incredible. I also experienced similar things like that in an Indian medicine wheel ceremony, where the music and the dancing built up such an incredible energy that, that's Dr. Waugh.
That's
Creation.
Dr. Watt's cat.
Yeah.
Little cat.
Pardon me. So, there we go. That's off the wall stuff, but there you got it.
That when you said that reminded me of that Jacob Lieberman. He's into that on my. That's why I was asking about that. I was just in the middle of reading his book, and
Yeah.
he has wonderful about
That's right.
light,
Mm-hmm.
light specifically, and he's to do with the what do you call it, an ophthalmologist,
Oh, yeah.
and he's been into this for years, and his book is just out, and it's wonderful results he's having.
Okay, I want to know what a mantra is to you guys. You can mark that down if you want on your paper. What do you feel that a mantra is?
How do you spell it?
Mantra, M-O-N-T,
M-A-N-T.
M-A-N-T, R-A, mantra.
What?
Yeah, that's the symbol is not the symbol, the saying of the symbol, like the say, hey, key, is a mantra that corresponds with the symbol. Okay? Do you understand what that does anybody know what a mantra is? Does anybody?
I think it's an energy that you bring to yourself, whatever the affirmation is.
Yes,
the mantra is.
That's right.
That's what it is to me. If I want to bring an energy to myself, then I say the mantra.
Then you say the mantra. The mantra is like...
I hear Christians say, they say mantra, the Buddhists, everybody has their...
Yes.
The Eastern religions anyway, they have their...
So the mantra you would be saying there would be bringing in simple words. This is, I would say that the mantra you're saying with the symbol would be calling in the spirit guides that represent that symbol. Okay, that mantra. So they're calling for their assistance as well as your own personal energy in there. Okay, so that is what, because someone is, when you're going to be teaching this, if you're going to teach this, if that's your interest, someone's going to ask you what a mantra is. They're going to ask you the symbol is one thing, but they're going to say, what is Seike Ki? Well, Seike Ki is a mantra. Chakra is a mantra. Okay? And the other is the symbol, and they blend together. Okay? What is an attunement to you? Do you understand what the attunement is?
Open up your chakra, initiation.
Yes, initiation, yes, yeah, that's the same, it means the same, yeah, okay. So people are going to be asking you what is an attunement and what you get from that. And then an attunement is the sealing of the energies into the system. When you give the attunement, you're sealing that energy of the mantra and the symbol into your system. And once that symbol is implanted and embedded in there, you cannot lose it. It never, ever goes away. Okay? You have it forever.
It's like when you gave the attunements on Reiki 1 and Reiki 2, does that embed it more? Do you get more energy coming through you?
Well, for each Reiki 1 and Reiki 2, you got an attunement that went with the symbols.
Right.
So it embeds that symbol, and then the master attunement enhances the energy and embeds the whole works of them in there completely. It's like a seal. It's like when you put yourself in a golden ball of energy, you're protected from that by that golden ball of energy, and you feel comfortable in there. Well, all those energies of those symbols and those mantras are embedded in there, and they're comfortable, and they're working in unity and harmony together.
So the Reiki master says when does something, I don't know if you're going to tell us now or when, how to do the attunement.
Yes.
But there are certain things that you have to say when you're standing above that person and blowing, and you're saying the symbols probably too.
You're doing the symbols, and you're saying the chakra. The first degree, I give the symbol and the mantra, and when you're giving the attunement, you're doing this over their head. Okay. And the same with every attunement. That you're doing the same thing over their heads. You're giving them another symbol. So that's why I said that when I do an attunement for the distance healing, I always have the symbol, the paper with the symbol beside me, so that I'm not making an error on it. You know, I do the, I copy it all the time, because when you're doing an attunement, you want to get it accurate, okay? So, each attunement has, you do an attunement for each symbol. And you do four, you do four symbols, 4 attunements on the on every day. So you have to decide which symbol you need the most of on the second degree. Well, no, you do 2 of each. That's right. You do 2 of each. Do the Seheki and the Hanshao Zeishanen. So I think I gave the Seheki in the morning, and I gave the 2 symbols in the morning, 2 attunements in the morning on that, and then I gave the Hanshao Zeishanen 2 symbols in the afternoon. Okay? The 2 Hanshao Zeishanen. So that you get a balance there. Okay. And the master symbol will be you'll get 4 of them. And what time is it? I think it's almost time to do. And it's
10, I guess, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's 5 after 10.
Is it
Okay,
well, 12, but I haven't put
thank you. I think we should do we should do the exercise and the meditation, and then I'll do an attunement, okay? But before I do, I think we should have a break here so people can move and get and go to the bathroom or do whatever they want.
Okay.
Just a couple minutes, so.
Yeah, okay. I'll go and find my little tap there. If that one goes astray, I'll have...
Oh, the little one?
Well, she's not so little anymore, but she knows
Yeah.
so I could
That's interesting with your symbols, because that's the symbols that I got.
That's the symbol you have? All 3?
I got
Like all 3 of them are the same you have?
yeah. That was what I got with my math, with my teacher. But then you feel does the other way.
Like
At least I can never remember that one. How did you remember that?
the last one?
Yeah.
I don't know, you mentioned like the last one that you break down on writing.
Yeah.
But in our class, we are allowed to put it down, but not to show anybody on
Yeah.
the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
And she did.
You know, we weren't even allowed to put it down now. We had to try and memorize it.
Yeah, she did something like this, like
Yeah.
the stroke.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want, you can have it, because she said you can show these symbols to somebody with the Reiki 2 or anybody, but then you're not allowed to show it to
No.
anybody.
Yeah. Good. Oh, this is funny. This is what she gave me, but then I think the heels, I don't know which one to use. You know, what are you going to do?
And
What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to try it. This afternoon, Sean, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
The hunshot doesn't work with me too well.
It doesn't.
Or perhaps the person just doesn't feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, sometimes you can just work on the spirit with some things, you know.
Yeah. So,
And they don't really feel it takes maybe a while to get through.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. It's just the kind of thing, you know, and I think the more people you work with, you know.
Then that makes you...
Well, when I did in the beginning, my son said he felt it really strong, but then when I went to the finer vibrations, he didn't feel it strong.
But then...
Yeah, is that something, sorry.
Meditation now.
Is that
We'll do a
something
bit
that
of an
you,
exercise, pardon me?
is that something you, my son said when I did the first one? He said he felt it really strong, but when I went up to the finer,
Right on your
he doesn't feel it.
Just go through that way, then you'll see it on the right.
You know, when I go up to the finer, vibrate with the finer ones, symbols. They're like he said when I didn't have this, he felt it. It was like a kind of coarser energy or something, I don't know. But then when I went to the finer ones, he didn't feel that.
Finer ones, what?
The finer vibrations with these symbols.
What do you mean by finer?
Yeah,
Well, he said it was finer. He said that the energy was finer, more refined. I don't know what he's talking about.
more delicate.
Yeah. Like, you
with these symbols,
Yeah.
or your first one.
Yeah,
the first
when in the first one he felt really strong.
Yeah.
But when I did the others, he said he didn't feel it.
Or when you
So
did the first one your way.
Yeah.
With your own method of symbols.
Well, I don't know what it was. I don't know if that was just the beginning of or something. I don't know. We were trying to figure it out, you know, but I think maybe those are finer symbols.
These ones.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether they can be, whether
A finer energy? He says.
they might be more subdued, they might be a little
Yeah.
bit,
I wonder if that would have anything to do with the spirit, work more on the spirit. Do you see?
well, yeah, they all work on the spirit, and I
Yeah.
really feel
Trying to figure it out, you know what he means. He doesn't know
Is he a
what he means
master,
himself.
Reiki master? Or?
No, he's just
Oh. Maybe just the word that he was using was just the way he was feeling, maybe. Because every time you do a healing on everybody, it's different.
it's different, that's right.
And
And
you
you can, even yourself, you are different every
Yeah.
time you do a healing. You are never, ever the same with everybody. You have a different energy every time you do a healing, every time.
Because like Lucille said the first time, she said, you call your spirit guide when you call their spirit guide. And when you do that, they know what they're supposed to be getting and the energy coming through you and what they're supposed to be getting and what they should be getting. It's different all the time.
Now,
Do you want more than one candle on?
oh,
I'm sorry.
now before we get into this, I have to say it was very important. Now I lost it.
Exercise.
No, it wasn't on exercise. It was to do with the energy.
I cut you off.
The energy. I wanted to ask Henry something about what he got in his classes.
About how he's doing
No, please, I have to bring it back. About, Okay. I don't know if either one of you have gotten, were you ever taught about protection, doing anything, any protective shield type of thing in your, before you ever start working on anyone?
No.
Did you ever get that? Okay, I always give a few methods of protection. You don't want to take on anybody else's situation. So always, before I ever start doing a Reiki or anything, any kind of a healing, I say a prayer, and you can say anything you want, but I'll tell you one that I say before each. Sorry, I'm trying to get all kinds of things organized here. I say, I call upon the Great White Brotherhood. I call upon the Great Central Sun. I call upon the light from the Infinite One. A Great White Brotherhood.
Great White Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. And the Central Sun? I call upon the, just a minute, I call upon the Great White Brotherhood. I call upon the Great Central Sun. I call upon the light from the Infinite One. Have you got that? I call upon my, if I'm doing Reiki, I usually say I call upon my Reiki guides, and I call upon whoever you're working on, Reiki guides. And if you're doing anything else, I say I call upon my spirit guides and their spirit guides. Okay? When I do Reiki, I feel that the Reiki guides are, well, they're there anyway, but just for confirmation, you ask, you have the courtesy to ask for their assistance, okay? I'm sorry, what was that? And I call upon the light from the Infinite One. The Infinite One. And when I do that one, I do that one for a purpose. You can do anything you want, but I feel that you've got all the elements there. You call on everything, every element there is, and so that you get assistance from everywhere and everything. Okay, I don't know of any other way of trying to get in everything and everyone, so that's the closest I've ever come to anything that requests all, makes a request for all that assistance. So, and a protective shield, I like the white perforated, imaginary white perforated suit, because that one you can, when you put it on, you push your aura out of the perforation, and that way there's no room for anyone else's situations to enter through those. There's not enough room for anything. All they get is your energy, and you keep the white light energy coming through your crown center all the time. Visualize the white light coming through your crown center. so that you're not just depleting yourself of energy. You have energy coming in at all times. Have you got your machine on? Have you got your tape on?
Yeah, it's all-
Oh, it's been on all the time? Okay, everybody ready? So, okay, let's do a bit of an exercise because this, if you do this before you do Reiki or anything else, it gets your whole system in harmony, you know. Okay, put your feet flat on the floor. Now raise your toes, just the toes only. Keep the rest of your feet down and then put them down 3 times. Okay. And then you go to the balls of your feet. Put your heels down. You can press on there. Actually, it's better. This one is better if you stand up and put your feet. And then you go on your heels. This one's easier on sitting down, believe me.
We're rocking a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And that hurts at the back of your legs if you do this. Okay, and then you... Ooh.
Not enough.
And then turn them the other way. Oh, I danced a lot. Very nice.
We're all the oil, and now you gotta fill it up with oil again.
Yeah, right. And bend your knees. Go down lower. Put your hips out. Dancing up.
Maybe you just did.
Yeah. And then a circle. And then the other way. And your fingers. Over. Elbow. And the other way. And stretch your arms way down to the floor. And your head way up. Down your neck. Yeah. Now, we'll meditate. Okay, sit back and relax. Drop your eyelids very gently. Closing your eyes without thinking. Totally relaxing. With each very deep breath, bring in some clear, fresh energy and bring it down to the feet and your toes. Feeling your toes relaxing completely. Bringing another deep breath in and bringing that fresh energy down to the balls of your feet. Totally relaxing the feet. Now bring that energy down to the instep. And into the heels. The bottom of the heel. With another deep, deep breath, bring it down to the ankles, relaxing the ankles completely and totally. With each breath, you inhale nice, beautiful, fresh air, and exhale all the old stagnant air, bringing that beautiful, clear, fresh energy to the thighs and the legs. And bring that fresh energy into the hip bones, relaxing the hips and all the joints completely. Bring that energy up into the base of the spine. Bringing in the beautiful red energy into the base of the spine. Bringing the energy up through to the spleen center where you have beautiful orange color. Blending the red and the orange together. Bring that energy up to the solar plexus. Landing in the gold energy. Blending the three colors together. Bringing the base of your spine and your spleen center and your solar plexus energies all blending in harmony together. Bring that energy up to the heart center. We have beautiful pink color. Bringing it up to the throat center, where it harmonizes with the blue. yourself totally and completely relaxed. Bringing that energy up to the third eye. Blending in the circle. Then bring it up to the crown chakra, where you become a beautiful white light. All the colors are blending in together, and you're a beautiful dome of white light energy. Bring all that energy up and spread it out into the aura, cleansing and cleaning the aura. You are now a beautiful, shimmering ball of white light energy, sending out white light energy like the crystal. Now we see in the center of the room a beautiful crystal tree. Take a branch from that crystal tree and put it through your solar plexus. Bring it down through the balls of your feet and into the ground, grounding you totally and completely, burying it deep, deep into the ground. Bring it back up and put it through your feet again, bringing it up through your legs and up through the toe of your torso, through the crown center, blending in to the aura with your beautiful white light energy. They mingle and harmonize together perfectly. Now we'll take a walk through the garden. You can pick up a beautiful flower that's in the garden and take it with you. It's an honor and color of your choice. We're now walking up to a beautiful, huge building with beautiful double doors. Open these doors and enter this building. It's a beautiful, bright lit room here. It's circled. And around in the circle and on the walls there are doors numbered. Pick a door of your choice, the number of your choice, and enter it. Remember the number you've chosen and the flower and the color you've chosen. When you get inside, there will be little Reiki guides waiting for you. You can ask them their name. And any questions you wish to ask them. And remember the answer. I will be here to anything. was advised that I should do all 4 symbols today. I should start out with the chakra, and I should do them all on the attunement. The first attunement I give, I should do the chakra symbol in the first attunement with you. And the second, the Heiki. Third, the Anshazation, and then I should finalize it with the master symbol. Okay, that's what I got for that. And then I got a message that I should, now isn't that silly? I can't remember what the message is. I was supposed to ask Henry something, whether he got, I have to think about that. Someone can go on to what they've gotten. What, I have to think about Henry. I've got something for Henry there. Go ahead. I'll listen. I'll have to try and bring that forward about Henry. I got a message for Henry, or a question for Henry. If he had received something in his other classes. Go ahead, Nathan. Go ahead.
Okay, I went. It was like a huge building. It looked like pewter. When I went in, I went into this room, and it was all lined with books, and they were radiating light. And the fellow's name was Menon, and he told me not to let the Reiki fall by the wayside, and to use it for the good of all mankind in Mother Earth. And I gave him a yellow daisy, and then when I left, I didn't remember him giving me this book, but he gave me a book, and it was radiating light. I was carrying that as I came out of the building, but I don't recall him giving me this book. And then when I went out and I looked at the building, what was pewter when I went in was radiating lots of light when I came out. So that's it.
Great, that's great. Super. Yes,
I have problems visualizing it. And I feel the energy go in, and sometimes I couldn't hear you. I just drift off.
Oh, that's fine. That's good.
And I have problem visualizing things, but I did like what you said, like try and see the spirit guides. But so just stuck. I couldn't visualize anything.
Well, that's no problem ever, because you do go somewhere and you do get something. Just because you can't remember it doesn't mean that you're not getting anything, okay? And I should have explained that before I did a meditation. Did you do meditations in your Reiki workshops before?
No, just hand treatment, no
meditation. Okay, so this is totally different then. Okay, that's part of what I was, that's part of the question that I was supposed to ask you. I was getting that you were not accustomed to this method of meditation.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good then. We were in communication, at least. I was in communication with you at any rate. That was part of the question that I was supposed to ask you. There's something else that I was supposed to ask you if you got in your other, and I'll have to bring that forward. If I don't get it today, I'll get it tomorrow because I'll meditate on that tonight. And I'll let you know what else I'm supposed to give you. Okay?
All of a sudden I seen door number 5, and then I kind of went in there, but it was like, all of a sudden I just seen this man with like a long kind of mustache, you know, whether he was Chinese or Japanese, I don't know, and kind of bald and just kind of smiled, and it was just kind of like just fading away in and out kind of thing. Gave him pink rose, and when I was leaving, it was like there was no door or anything. It just kind of disappeared, kind of thing.
That's all right. You don't need a door to go through.
And
that's neat.
It was just kind of open. The building was just kind of just, I don't know, just disappeared.
So that tells you something. Did you get a message from that? There's a good message in that.
One of the things, a question that I asked is there more healing, more things that I have to do and learn to go with it? And messages, yeah.
But the message I'm getting from what you got is that when you come out, there were no doors. So you don't have to limit yourself to doors or anything else. You can go anywhere you want, whenever you want, to any space. You don't have to have a plane to get up into the universe. You don't have to have a door to get into another room. You can go into another room without going through a door. You can go anywhere you want, anytime you want, with everybody. That doesn't apply only to Nick, but he was getting that message loud and clear that there's no limitations. Okay?
And another thing, like what you were saying about the color, that kept coming back to me a couple times, of doing the color with people too.
It's very, very important to mix it all.
And the way I was getting it was light, a person laying on the bed with all these different lights going onto the person, like you're red, and you know, from the first chakra, you know, doing the lights before you even do the Reiki. So that's what I kind of got.
Yeah. I'd like to discuss the possibility of constructing a light fixture with all those color light bulbs and to put on the ceiling with you after. Would you be capable of doing something like that? Okay. Anyway, we'll not go into that now, but that's a good reply you've received, and that doesn't only apply to him, and that was the purpose of him getting it today, is because it can be shared with everybody. And never ever limit yourself. Always know that there's another way. If you can't get into a place because you haven't got a key, you can get in there anyway, with or without it, because you can do anything you absolutely want to do anytime you want to do it. There's no limitations. The only time there's a limitation is when you make the limitation. Okay. Well, that was a really good meditation you had. Okay. Barbie, good. Can you get anything?
I just kind of drifted off, but the only thing that came to me was that I had the red tulip, and I saw number 3 on the door and in there, and then it was just all colours, just absolutely full of colours, really
Great.
purple and all kinds of colours.
Well, that's super because you're getting
But
all
then
of
I
those
went away. I don't know if it
Well, you had to have gone. That's not important when you don't, when you don't remember it or you know that you've drifted off somewhere, because you're getting something in that space anyway. And just because you can't recall anything doesn't mean you're not getting it.
I'm trying to rack my brains, I did it.
Did anybody get a name? A name from their Reiki guide?
Yeah, I did. Mammon.
Oh, right, yeah. Did you get one? I didn't get one today either, but I did give them a white daisy, and that's rather interesting because that's my favorite flower. But I very seldom give that flower away. So that was kind of neat. And my door, the number on my door was 3 as well.
So was mine, yeah.
Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Yeah. The numbers in harmony, Geez. So, I'm still trying to remember.
I wonder what that means.
Yeah.
No, we didn't all go to the same place.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
We all get the same number, that's strange.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Oh, okay, now I think we better have the attunement. Before we have the attunement, I think I better give you the master symbol. Just somewhere in this time, these 2 days, I have to get the symbol, show you how to do the attunement. In your books, the master symbol is in there. And this is why you don't get the books till the last. Into it.
On page 24, is that right? 32?
I don't know.
No, that's not the one. It's in there somewhere.
Maybe they forgot that one.
They better not. No, it's on 32.
Master attunement.
Okay, the mantra is Decomio.
Decomio. That's a nice one, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Pardon me. I know they represent light and energy and everything else, but I still would like to know exactly what the exact meaning of it is,
Decomio?
Yeah, and Hansha, Zeishanen, and that type of thing, So now there are 3 different symbols on that page. There. the idea of that, I'm sure, is to do the one that you are going to be most comfortable with and have the least difficulty with remembering how to do it. Each one is powerful in their own terms. Talking about power, I have to get this in here too somewhere. This is not, healing is not an ego trip. So if you're thinking of using healing as an advancement in egotistic powers, forget it. And nobody is in competition with anyone, ever. You're only in competition with yourself at all times. You're only in competition with yourself. It doesn't matter what you go into. Even in sports, they always say competitive sports, but each person is only in competition with themselves. They have one goal they want to reach, and therefore they work on that goal, and it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing or wherever they're at, it doesn't make one iota of difference. So, and this is something you're going to have to, you're not going to have to, you will encounter, and you're going to find a way of doing it, of taking care of the things yourself. But I know that you will eventually encounter people that are egotistic and want to prove that they are a better healer than someone else. You will not be a better healer than anyone else. You're only going to be a healer to the degree that you're going to put as much effort into your own self and your own healing. Nobody else matters one iota. But you will encounter these people, and you will have to start teaching them right from the first degree that there's no ego, there's no power, there's no anything except energy. You're working with energy. So when you get a student that doesn't want to allow the person they're working on to relax and let them go at their own pace, when they work on one spot so long that it almost breaks the person they're working on down, then that's not good. And when they start saying that they're getting hurting up their arms, or they're getting a hurt somewhere that they can hardly stand it, then you know that they're overstepping their boundaries in healing. They're trying to force their energies onto that person, and if that person's not ready to receive that energy is going to back right up into their system, and they're going to be uncomfortable. So let them know immediately that to go on, drop that area and go on to another one. Okay? I don't know if you've got, this is part of what I was supposed to tell you. I don't know whether you got that in any of your Reiki before. No, okay.
You mean like the pain in me, or?
No, you're the practitioner. So if the pain is coming back up into your arm,
Okay.
you know that person is not ready to let go of that pain they've got in their body. Not yet. So leave it there. Just go on to the next area of healing. And then go on to the next area of healing. And then if you feel after that you want to go back to that area of healing, then go back and try. But if it doesn't work again and you start feeling that backup, then let it go and just finish off your Reiki on the on the client. And I don't know if you get the brushing of the aura after. Did they teach you to brush the aura down?
No, but hold the feet a little bit. 15 seconds.
Oh, I see.
To draw the energy down.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you see, we usually we'll do the grounding from the feet. Now, with the pushing of we don't hold it, but we push the energy down at the bottom of the feet into the ground. Okay. So finish it off, and then tell them. Then we brush the aura down so that we smooth the aura, over the top of them. Yeah, I'll show you when we do that. But this I have to get while it's here. Then if you go on to, if you haven't moved that energy and that you know that they've got a blockage in that area, that you tell them, well, you feel that it might be advisable for them to come back for another treatment, in the near future. And until you get that blockage, you suggest that, okay? Until you get that blockage removed. Can I use you as an example? In the last third degree, I had a student working on Barbara. And she was, I went and helped her to try, she was taking ages and ages. Now this is another thing that you have to realize too, is that you don't work on a person for 2.5, 3 or 4 hours to get one blockage unblocked. You have to be a little bit considerate about what you're doing. Anyway, this student worked on Barbara in one area, and she was determined she was going to get this, blockage with through Barbara. And this same student, I taught the same thing to her, all 3 classes, and the crystal healing as well. She took the crystal healing classes as well. She got the same training. Do not force, that you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to prove that you've got lots of power. You don't have to prove anything. All you have to do is try and help the person.
If a person is trying to prove something to another person that they've got Reiki energy, could they not receive the energy? Because this girl was telling me that she was getting Reiki from this girl, and she had her Reiki 1, and she didn't really feel anything. She didn't get anything from it. Could it be that, was it her ego that was trying to maybe force it and she didn't get anything from it?
That could be, but my theory on that is that you mean the person she was working on?
The person I was talking to said that she was getting Reiki from this friend of hers that got Reiki 1, and kind of the impression that I got the way she was talking was that she kind of has, she wants to show somebody that she's got something, kind of a little
that the first degree Reiki distributor,
And
well, that doesn't necessarily have to be, because in the first place, the person that she was working on might not have been in harmony with her, and she might have, there's many elements here.
I think the person that was receiving the Reiki would accept it, no problem, but she never felt anything from it.
Well, she might have accepted it, but their energies might not have been in harmony. Plus, she might have some deep-rooted situations that she hasn't completely dealt with. So there could be a hidden fear there that if she allowed herself to be open to too much Reiki, that she might have a breakdown, like she might cry or something, and people are embarrassed about that. So that's another thing that you have to...
That's a wonderful point that you're making, because see, this lady that gave it to me, pardon me, it was very, very traumatic to me, actually. And I just felt a lot of pain. I felt as if I was just going to die right there. And it was very traumatic. And it took a long time, didn't it?
That's right.
So, for instance, if she was getting that pain like that, should she tell the practitioner?
She did tell the practitioner.
Yeah.
And the student called me over to help, and so I helped. And this is another thing. She was hyperventilating.
Yeah.
She was working on her to the degree where she was hyperventilating. So when that happened, I said to the student, okay, now that's enough. We're going to stop here. So I got up and left. Well, that student was so egotistic that she insisted on working on her until she broke and she was crying. Now, I'm not saying that there will be ever any repercussions from that. But for me, that would be creating another karma. And I would not want to do that. And I don't think you would want to do that either.
Well, I think
Can I please have a glass of water?
Yeah, I was just going to go and get you
one.
one.
This was feel that I haven't gone back anywhere, and that I feel it's still stuck to me. I'm having a lot of problems chest-wise and that.
Are you still having difficulty?
Oh yes, And I haven't got anybody that's really so this is what I'm saying. I was feeling a little bit apprehensive today coming. I want you coming yet. I don't want to. That's the way I was this
You
morning.
won't get worked on. You won't get worked on any more than you're going to be able to handle today.
Now, when a person gets, the way she was getting hypersensitive or whatever was happening.
Well, it was something that I didn't know was there, that came up.
When somebody says something like that, the practitioner, what do they do immediately? Do they close the body off, put a chakra ray and close the body off and sweep it?
No.
Or what do they do?
No. When that happens, you fill that area, wherever it is, with a love energy, with a pink energy. Always, you can't remove something without replacing something, without putting something in its place. You're leaving a void if you do that. So leave something. When you take something, leave something. If you take a blockage out of there, put energy back in there. Okay? See pink loving energy put back into that space. That's not fair. Like, she had that taken out of there, and I don't know whether I've had problems.
And then you close off the body.
No, you continue on.
Oh, but you were
Space with color, I think, or something.
Yeah, but if she keeps on being hypersensitive, you said you don't want to continue with it.
Not in that spot. You're working on that blockage. Okay?
Which I haven't got rid of yet.
No.
And it was kind of like, man, you see, I felt bad because I felt everybody was taking too much time. I felt all kinds of things,
That's right. That's another issue.
And I felt just like going out altogether, just getting up and just going, And I thought to myself, after the first client got to that stage, I've been kind of scared.
That's not fair for people to be frightened. That is not a healing. That is adding more salt to an open wound. So you're not actually healing anybody if you're going to force that issue there. There's an awareness there. As soon as she was hyperventilating, I moved off there because I wasn't going to be part or parcel of any breakdown. Now, be sure to understand this, please. When people release something, there is always an emotional flow. 9 times out of 10, you'll have them crying, and that's not bad. Thank you. Did I thank you?
It's my pleasure, Lucille.
And this is not bad for people to cry. That's where the release comes from. That's good. But always be with them. Always say, go ahead, cry. That's where the release is. And we're all here for the same thing. So, and we know all about releasing this sort of thing. Make them feel comfortable about it, but she was not made comfortable about it. It was almost like, hey, I did it. I got her to release this big...
Oh, no, I never did release that. It was too painful.
No, I know.
And it was just so painful. I've never felt such pain in my life.
So, you have to always put loving energy in there, because you just don't take something away and not give something back. So that's where balance comes in.
That was a good lesson to me anyway, because I didn't think it was going to be as...
That was a real challenge for me, that class. The whole thing was...
I never had anything like that. I haven't seen anybody like that or anything.
So be prepared. And know that it can happen in your classes. And I'm not saying this to scare you off. I'm just saying it for you to be prepared. And recognize someone that is trying to be the top Reiki master. When you become a Reiki master, you're a Reiki master, no matter what anybody says. And that's all that matters, is that you can do it. You can do it. You've got to the point that you can do it. You're not on a big high pedestal somewhere saying that I'm God Almighty. You're a Reiki master, and there's more to learn. Being a Reiki master is another degree. But you stepped another rung on the ladder.
The thing is, though, too, Lucille, is that you don't know what they actually can. I had no idea about this blockage. None whatsoever. I didn't know where it came from. I was so shocked and surprised.
Another thing I had to go into for Henry, you've all, I don't know if you didn't You didn't experience a past life regression in that.
I didn't
No.
know where it came from. It was too deep to really
Yeah.
get into it.
No, it has to deal with this lifetime, though. That issue has to
Yes.
deal with this lifetime.
Yes, but I think there was more there.
There's more there.
I didn't
I'm
realize
sure.
that that was
Yeah.
the point. You know.
I'm sure there's more even in past life.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
So
It was
I
very
would
deep.
like you to work on and do the same with her as you did with Violette. Okay, so sometime today or tomorrow. But now I have to get back to Henry. What was I going to tell him there?
Past life.
Past life, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, have you had any experiences with past life regression? Okay, well, hopefully we'll come through one of these today or tomorrow, one of these days. But sometime, beyond a doubt, you will become involved in they will go into a past life regression. If you sense that, if they're say to you that they're seeing something, say like they're saying they're seeing someone on driving a horse and buggy down a road. If they tell you that, your question would be this. When you go into past life regression, it's always questions and answers. Okay, if you get an answer, you go on to another question from that answer. You'll say, okay, where is this horse and buggy located? Where are you at? And if they give you a place, you'll say, well, who else is on the buggy with you? And if they say there's another man, you can say, well, is this someone you recognize in this lifetime? And if they say yes, and they give the person, say, well, is he to you in that lifetime? Is he your father, your brother, or uncle, or what? So a question will always lead to another question from an answer, okay? So then you'll say, well, what lifetime was that in? What year? What time frame was that in? And they'll give you a year and a date. Okay, and then you'll ask about their brothers and their sisters, and if she knows anyone in this lifetime that relates to that brother or sister in that lifetime. So you find out the connection from that lifetime to what her connection is in this lifetime. So it's all really very interesting.
So, when would it stop? Like, you keep asking questions and...
Well, when they don't have any more answers to the questions you want to ask.
Can you, like, put a stop to it while you're doing it? Like, perhaps you don't feel like letting the patient have this past life regression, like they may be going too fast for them? Can you just put a stop to it?
Oh, you can put a stop to it, but they will know when to stop. It doesn't usually go too fast for them. They put a stop to it. Their visualization quits. They put the shutters on as a rule. So.
And it's necessary for them to go through this talking and regression thing, right?
Yes. Well, it's a release. It's another understanding they get. And if they get into, some of them get into a very emotional state through that too. And some of them are very dangerous things that they've been through, like dying and killing and stabbing and murder and that type of thing. So if they're emotional and they're crying and they're screaming, you just say to them, okay, it's all right. You're not reliving that. You're not re-experiencing that. You're just reviewing it and seeing it again. It's like watching a TV program to you. So then they just become calm and quiet and peaceful, and they understand that they don't have to go through all that emotion anymore. That all they have to do is see it so that they can release that stuff and let it go. Okay? So what you experienced was, in a sense, a regression, but it was in this lifetime.
Yeah, but I felt that was also something, there was something from deeper, from another
lifetime. It's connected with it. Yes, that's right.
Yes, one kind of set off the other.
You just only got the surface of it.
Right, that's
right.
what I felt.
Yeah. So
sometimes that could take, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions before
that's
finally surfaces.
That's right. Before you're ready, you have to be ready to release it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why she was suffering. But even without suffering, she wouldn't let go. She didn't want to let go. She'd keep that suffering and call me and to try and help her to.
And it was very painful. I may tell you, it was very.
I know it was painful. I could feel it.
Painful.
That's another thing.
And I don't know what it was about, but it was just. Yeah. I just felt as if I was going to die. It was the worst experience I ever had.
I really.
I can see why you hesitated coming.
That's right.
I know I have to, I know I like to come and to learn more and all that, I know I have to kind of get through it. But I just have that hesitancy.
So you will experience many, many, many things in your teaching, and there's nothing to fear. And you don't have to be afraid.
I think he's afraid.
You're always, let's put it this way, you are always in control. If you can always count them back instantly. If you think that it's too much for them, say, all right, I'll count you back to the here and now and say, okay, 1, 2, 3, you can open your eyes. Or if you want to, if you feel that they're really deep, give them a little more time. Count to 10, and let them come back very slowly.
One thing I believe in too is like what you were saying is protecting yourself and the person with the white light, and that's mainly. And your guides are there. You ask for your guides, and if they're there, they're always going to help and protect you anyway.
Yes.
So you don't have to really worry about much.
That's right. Yeah.
So I need to share something else with you. I took that emotional release. It's the same kind of thing. In this business. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it,
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's so many different types.
Yeah, I know. So I took that, you see, and I felt that was very, very harsh. And on that weekend, people were just coming through with all kinds of things. And I felt that, that we are not qualified enough for people who were very, very traumatic, like sexual abuse and all that kind of business. All that stuff came up. And yet, I felt as if it was very, very hard on the system. They release it,
Yeah.
It is released. But then I felt that there was nothing there to back it up. There was no gentleness. There was no anything like that, which I feel is in Reiki, you see.
Yeah.
And so I just haven't practiced that. I have my certificate and everything, but I didn't like what it did, so I thought to myself, gee whiz, there's a lot of people out there doing all those kind of things, and you just never know what's going on. I saw 4 people in that class here with very traumatic things happening to them.
Well, you see, if you always replace that, when they're releasing something, they're giving something away. There's, when they release, that's leaving a vacant spot in there. Just don't leave it vacant. Put pink light energy in there, cold light energy.
Everybody was cranky with everybody else. Everybody was actually fighting with each other. And it was you wouldn't believe it. It was the most horrible weekend I've ever had.
I mean, you just can't.
It was terrible.
Yeah, you just can't just
No.
take something away and not give them something else. That's like leaving them wide open to anything.
Well, the only anger came out into the
that's
out
right,
to everybody
yeah.
else. All
And
the
that-
anger came to everybody.
That makes a very stifling atmosphere, really.
It's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You don't want it. So,
I think those points should be made and
Hypnosis works in the same way as pulling it out too fast, because the practitioner has control, and you're in an altered state, and you let everything happen. Which I can see the way you're saying, like Reiki is the best one there is, because you let out how much is supposed to be let out, and your guides and everybody's helping, right?
That's right. And if you're bringing white light energy into you, you're not depleting yourself, and if you're replacing that release with another energy, she's not got a void for anything lesser to hop into that void. If you're going to put something in that void, at least put something that's better than she had before. If you leave it wide open, she can pick up another ton of garbage and be plopped in there. Who wants that? I mean, you have to be alert and try to figure it out at the time comes. But you're getting so much guidance with Reiki that if you're not alert right at that time, even if you move on to another phase, you'll get a message. Go back and do something at that place. And then when you get that message, you know that you pulled a blunder there. So you'll know that you didn't leave anything to cover up that void. Put something in there immediately so that they won't have a void there.
I think that's very, very important. It's been on my mind for a long time about that, seeing the emotional release and then what happens to me. And I thought, gee whiz, there's a lot of people out there that don't really know what to do if someone's in,
And they do that on TV a lot, too. They have these programs where somebody's up there telling them about, what you can do about that.
Mm.
But they never, ever tell you to, put back loving energy back into anything.
Mm-hmm. So I think the calmness of the Reiki and the guides, that you can kind of go on, if you see that that's happening, or whatever, if they feel comfortable about bringing that out, you see, but I didn't. I said, no, I can't.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't.
Yeah. So
and so the rest of the Reiki is so gentle. I think if I'd been calmed down, it wouldn't have been so traumatic,
Well, like Lucille says, when you're the practitioner, you're just a channel for the energy coming through.
That's
so
right.
When you start to force it, well, then I could see there's a difference.
Yeah. But make no mistake about it. You'll encounter people that are egotistic and want to show that they've got more power than somebody else. Everybody's got all the power and the energy they need. They've got all the equipment they need. And you only get what you need.
There's an example I'd like to share with you. I told you this one before. I think maybe you heard it too. A friend of mine, she had a really sore neck. And this was about 10 years ago, and I says, well, I'll give you some healing for it. She says, no. And I said, so half an hour went by. I says, can I give you, let me fix up your neck for you, you'll feel better, So anyway, she said, yeah, okay then, So anyway, I took and I was giving healing on the neck, and the next morning, this was late at night, and then the next morning I woke up and my neck was so sore I couldn't even move it. I couldn't move my neck for a whole week.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I was
took
just-
on her pain.
Yeah, and she was better, right?
Yeah.
But
you weren't.
yeah, so that's what happened to me, and I learned a lesson there of not forcing or
That's
asking,
right. Mhm.
you know, forcing somebody to have something.
If they say no, accept that no. Accept a no answer, okay? And while I'm at it, we may as well go into the distant healing one too, because I'll get to the attunements eventually. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's very important.
Well, it is very important. You know,
I don't know what you've got for distant healing. Did they tell you to ask for the essence to be placed in between your hands?
Actually, no. Well, for beginner, we use the pictures or address. Then we do the first we do the chakra, and then do the Tahiti. And the picture, try and do on the third eye, and then do the distant healing symbol. And then either you can use your own body or a pillow or anything. Then you just have to verbalize saying like this represent such and such forehead position. Then you keep on doing the two symbols on the hand. Then change one hand at a time to a different place and say like this is the forehead position of the front body maybe.
Oh, I see.
Something like that. Never. And she said that if you are good at visualization, then you can try and visualize the person's face. Not with the hand, just visualize the face, then the three symbols.
Okay. That obviously that's a very instant type of method she taught you, but I have to show you this. This has to be okay when I use a saw or whatever. If there, I had a big doll once I was using, but okay, when you use a pillow, you also have to understand that this pillow represents the person. So you're not going to take it up and go like this. Well, there you are. You know, you're going to take it with respect and put it on your knee or put it wherever you want. Actually, it's better if you've got a table. It's better to use even two pillows and do it on the table. But if you haven't and you're compromising, lots of people don't have a table. So you're going to, first of all, I started with this way, okay? And I then ask for the essence of the person to be placed within my hand. So usually you can feel the essence even before you're asked for it, because the thought pattern is already in communication with the person you're healing with. So their essence is in your hands usually before you ever even ask for it. But you can feel it. You can feel the energy there. And if you can't feel the energy there, the chances are that they really don't want that healing. They don't want to be healed, but they want that energy. So you go ahead, whether you feel the energy there or not, you go ahead with the healing, because the chances are, like I said, they want the comfort of the Reiki, but they don't want to be healed. There are many, many people that don't want to be healed. They just don't. So that way, if you feel the essence, you'll know that they're there and they want to be healed. But if you don't, you'll know that they just want the comforting of the healing to be comforted, you know. And this is part of Reiki too, that they don't necessarily want to be healed. It's like they have these programs for assisting people to go over onto the other side. That Reiki can help with that too. They go over to the other side easier if you give them Reiki, if it's someone that doesn't want to be healed, you know. And sometimes it's not a matter of them not wanting to be healed, it's a matter of it's their time to go, and you have to respect that as well. But you ask for the essence of the person to be placed within your hands. That way you're not traveling somewhere else with your healing. The person is actually there. Their energy is actually there. Okay? So we'll... Is there any questions on that?
You ask the person's energy essence between your hands.
Yeah.
Then you do the 3 symbols.
Yeah, then you do I do the chakra on the head, and then when you work down, you do the Seiheki on the, and you do the distant healing symbol on there, and the Seiheki over the areas that you're supposed to be working with the Seiheki on. Okay, so it's the solar plexus and the heart. You do the Seiheki and on. Okay. Is there anything else? Anybody else?
I just remembered something. Do you say how many times? Like we were told to do the shokiri.
You say it 3 times, but you do the symbol once.
Once, okay.
Yeah. Is that what you were taught? Say the symbol 3 times and do this once.
The opinion is no need to verbalize it, just visualize the symbol.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I believe one of the students has a friend took Reiki 2 with another master, and the other master said you should verbalize it. But the master that I was like, she said it's okay, doesn't matter.
Well, I always say it, mentally say it. I don't say it out loud, and I do the symbol.
I just do symbol once.
Yeah, just once, yes. But you say the Seiheki, any of them 3 times. Yeah, I verbalize it, and and also I don't know if they told you that you can do this on anything. I do it on my car. I do it on my house. I Reiki a spot in a parking lot if I want to. Parking, have there to be a parking space for me ahead of time, or if I'm in a hurry and I'm late, I visualize Reikiing the light green all the way, and so help me, that works like a charm. So, and one of my students, I was having a class at her place, and she had her drain. The sink in the kitchen not working, and all day she was having a struggle with it. She didn't know what she was going to do. She had her son-in-law working on it and plunging it and everything else, and it just wasn't working. She went to bed with it plugged up in the morning. Just as I was getting there, she was standing over the sink and thinking, now I've got to pay for a plumber to come in here. And she was quite disgusted with herself. And then she thought, I'm going to Reiki that. So she Reiki'd it. And just as I was walking in there she was, oh, it's gone, it worked. I Reiki'd it, it worked. She turned around to me and she said, oh,
my gosh, I don't have to pay a plumber to work.
So she would just have to use the energy symbol,
Yeah.
the chakra ray.
Yeah.
She wouldn't use any other symbol.
The power symbol.
Yeah, the power
energy
symbol,
symbol,
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So you see, it just is, for me, it's just, for me, there's nothing really like it. There just isn't. And it doesn't matter what I do, whether I do crystal healing or massage, I use my Reiki with it all, with all of it. In fact, I use all three of them mostly work in harmony together. The crystal healing and the massage and Reiki, it all works and blends in together fabulously. So, there I go again. Don't limit yourself.
Do you know when I had some body work done with Beverly Ossachaw, and when she did the combing the aura at the end, she did it with a crystal. So that was, her specific method.
But
Well,
it depends.
first.
Okay, it depends on how she uses it too, because I would be very cautious about using a crystal. Going over the Reiki, you don't ever use the point of a crystal without, because it can, I feel, if you're going to use this for doing the aura, always leave your finger over the end of it, because you don't want that sharp point going over the aura.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
Or if you're going to use it, you can do it this way too. Do it on the flat, because that's only covering a small area. If you have your hands out flat, you're brushing, a lot of the area all over, but if you're going to only do it this way, then you're going to be brushing aura for a long time.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is just sealing everything in there, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I said okay, and it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, it felt fine,
Yeah.
and it really felt good.
I did that one time on I think it was Judy Jupiter, as a matter of fact, and she said, "Oh, the point is cutting into my aura," and then I realized that I never ever just take something with a sharp end
The point on it.
and do it. And a feather works beautifully too, just great. You have feather and it covers a lot of area, and it does a wonderful job, and it feels wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.